I believe this is the second. So I actually have a research paper on this particular topic, on this particular concept that we coined, or I should say lexicon, which is the game of stakes. Please check ResearchGate, Zenodo, or any of these platforms where you can find our research papers. I believe we will also link our library where you can find all these papers for in-depth knowledge. Now, not all business is played on the same field. Now, there is a game of transactions, and then there is a game of stakes. Now, the game of transactions is what the world, or what most of the world actually calls marketing or sales, right? It is about volume. It is about volume. It is about clicks. It is about followers. It is about selling a $1,000 product to 10,000 people. And in that game, if you lose a sale, you just move to the next one. So the cost is actually low, right? Now, this is not the game that we actually play. This is not the game our clients play. We operate exclusively in the game of stakes. And honestly, this is a very different world. This is a world where a single yes or no can actually create or destroy millions of dollars, right? It is a world where decisions actually impact legacies. And it is a world where a communication failure doesn't just lose a sale, it can cost you your reputation. It can cost me my reputation. And I personally believe that this game or this particular field, where this particular field of business is very underserved. And trust me, it is very demanding because it is underserved, because there aren't a lot of people who understand how to play or win in this game. It is very demanding, and if you're in it for the money, you've lost already, because the money is the inevitable outcome for playing in this particular field or for playing this particular game. So what I'm trying to say is the money is the inevitable outcome. So there isn't a lack of money. But what I know is there is a lack of trust. There is a lack of understanding. There is a lack of intellectual, there's a lack of professionalism, right? And in my research paper, I spoke about I spoke about the concept of psychological arbitrage. So there is a psychological arbitrage right now in the market that we are exploiting at Mohgix Studios. I mean, it is ethical, right? I'd rather you go study the research paper so you get deeper knowledge. Now, the people who actually play this game are not the mass market. They are a very specific group of people, and we call them the council. Now, the council is made up of C-suite executives, is made up of high net worth individuals, the core diplomatic, and the most important thing you must understand is this: they do not make decisions the way other people do. They don't. Now, you cannot sell to the council. You cannot convince them with flashy marketing or a clever brand story. Trust me, they are not buying your features. They are not buying your benefits. And if you will ask, how do they make decisions? Now, they operate with one metric, and one metric alone, which is conviction. Now, like I said, they are not buying a product. They are aligning with a partner who they believe can guarantee an outcome. Now, they are buying the elimination of risk. They are buying irrefutable trust. So, if you can sell reduction of risk, or if your business is about selling reduction of risk for multinational corporations, for international, national, international non-governmental organizations, I believe you know the value or how much the member of the council would invest for a guaranteed outcome. So I'm saying this to also bring us to the fact where I said that the money is not the problem here. There's going to be money in exchange for value, in exchange for an outcome, but what they are truly buying is irrefutable trust. And when you're actually playing in the game of stakes, you cannot afford to be wrong. You cannot afford to be wrong, because what is at stakes is every single thing, right? And you also cannot afford to be confused. And this is the reason why I said storytelling fails in this world, in this particular field that we actually play in. This is also the reason why I said the clarity tax is lethal, because in this game, if your message is not built on a foundation of absolute, irrefutable proof, if you cannot architect conviction or engineer conviction, you have already lost. And when you lose everything, and it becomes really difficult for you to get back on track. And I will leave you with this. It is either you are in or out.